yes, 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 yes. Gani. 1, 2, 6, 3.
We're about to have some fun. It's a science day. Or most importantly, this is the day where everybody in South Africa, I'm hoping that including you went out to go cast that vote. And right now, it's time for us to entertain you. My name is Llama Lee Moon. Welcome to it, everybody. We go by the name of Ekse Live.
Yes, it is 4 o'clock. SciTech Wednesday. Hashtag for today. Wi-Fi for all. Q the Black Rose is the name. And of course, we are here with you just until 5 o'clock. Yes, Ulama did say namhlanje. There's a whole lot of things that are going to be going on, and you do want to stay tuned for that. We'll give you the lineup just after this. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you?
I am brilliant.
Who are you?
Allow me for the honors, Mbikwana, and thank you so much for joining us. And today we're going to be having the South African Observation Network, where we caught up with them for their 10th year alumni
reunion. Yes,
so they were telling us how the program has changed their lives and continue to change their lives. Of course, we also have in studio. Ooh, who do we have in studio today?
We have, so there's the guy that makes the e-waste things with the cell phone.
Yes, MJ.
So he takes the cell phones and he recycles them, and then he makes scientific kits for students in high school. How cool is that? And that's not the only thing that we have planned, of course. Sipete also Ubuntu Sitole, who is also helping the communities of Ikailicha and some other rural areas to, of course, build Wi-Fi in the connection area and, of course, be able to maintain it as a community. So basically, uzane Wi-Fi, set them up, and then they, as the community, maintain it.
Wow, wonderful. Speaking of Ikailicha, we went to something very exciting where we met 20 professionals from aviation that took 100 school girls, Zase Luhlaza, Nase, Joslovo High, introducing them to career aviation, because abantu abaninzi, they don't like doing sciences, they don't like doing maths, but remember these subjects that are difficult. Now they're telling them this is how you should do it. So if you want to do career aviation, this is the show for you, because we got it packed for you. www.capetowntv.org is where you find us. On Twitter, it's Ekse_live. On Facebook, it is Ekse on Cape Town TV. Right now, Melika is standing by with some South Tech news. Let's do enjoy. Welcome to it, everybody. Happy Wednesday afternoon.
Ngosilama Q nawesiya masinamkele kwidisika yendaba zenzululwazi nobuchwephesha. Inqaku lokuqala, inzululwazi edumileyo nengusihlalo webhodi yeCouncil for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR ngamafutshane, uThokozani Majozi uthe uzive emncinci ngokuba afumane iwonga elikudidi eliphezulu olubizwa ukuba yimaphungubwe elithwesiswe ngumongameli weli umnumzana uCyril Ramaphosa. uMajozi ufumene ibronze ngenxa yenxaxheba yakhe egqwesileyo kwezenzululwazi, ukakhulu ekuphuhliseni kwakhe ngokwezibalo indlela yokusebenzisa amanzi ebekumelwe ukulahlwa. Othethela eCSIR apho uMajozi axelenga khona inyama uthe phansi kokukhokhelwa nguMajozi bathabathe iqhinga elihambisa phambili indyebo ye-socio-economy kweli besebenzisa i-innovation. Ukuwongwa ngokwelizinga liphakamileyo lemaphungubwe lenzelwa ukubonisa umbulelo kubemi bakweli abasebenze ngokuzinikela kuphando oluthi luphucule izwe lwethu. Nqaku lesibini, iqela lenzululwazi abasebatsha basixhenxe bakweli kungekudala baze kuchitha ixesha kwisikolo esihamba phambili ekufundiseni ngobuxhakaxhaka besenza uphando kunye nenzululwazi eziphuma kwilizwe laseChina. Undlunkulu waseChina oSebetla wenze inkonzo yokuthi indlelanhle kwezinzululwazi nezizochitha inyanga ezintandathu yosho kwezili12 eChina. Ezinzululwazi zisixhenxe zivune iziqhamo zomanyano kwalamazwe mabini ebizwa ukuba yi-Young Scientific Exchange Program eyatyikitywa ngonyaka ka-2017 enikeza ithuba lokuhlulelana ngolwazi nokuphuhlisa izakhono kubaphandi abasakhasayo. Unokuthula Mchunu osuka kwi-Agricultural Research Council ozokwenza uphando kwinjineli ze-engines ye-industrial technology kwidyunivesithi ezobuxhakaxhaka eTijan uthe eli lizoba lithuba elihle kakhulu. Inqaku lesithathu, Iqela labafundi bakweli abaphuma kweli loMzantsi Afrika kwidyunivesithi iRose baphume phambili kukhuphiswano lwehlabathi jikelele lokuphuhlisa icebo elizokuzisa umsebenzi obonakala kubantu abatsha kwiminyaka ye10 ezayo. Abafundi abane abaphakathi kweminyaka engama-24 nama-29, uNobuhle Ndebele, uLindokuhle Nene, uRitumetsi Nkahle kunye noRhawuta Motlu, bonke bangabafundi be-PhD Chemistry kwidyunivesithi yaseRhini eMakhanda esayakubizwa ukuba iGrahamstown. Bamangalise abahloli be-2019 Halt Prize Regional Summit ebisingathwe eBrookhouse International School eNairobi kwizwe laseKenya ngemodeli yabo yoshishino. Esisine ibisiso sodwa abemi boMzantsi Afrika bathabathe inxaxheba kolu khuphiswano bephuma phambili kumaqela angama-45 aphuma mbambozone zomhlaba. Obengumlomo weliqela uMahlowu uthe bavuye kakhulu ngokufumana amawonga asuka kwintloli. uMahlowu uleke ngelithi icebo lokuvuna amathuba omsebenzi kubantu abatsha bekungokuqokelela izinto zombane ezingasetyenziswa ukuze ngoku zezilungelane kusetyenziswa ziphinde zilungise zibumbe zibentsha okanye zenziwe nto zimbi zokuthengiswa. Inqaku lokugqibela namhlanje osaze ngobuso ezweni noyinzalelwane yaseKapa uPhoebe Mgxaji wenze inzululwazi ezingamantombazana amancinane azindaba mlonyeni emveni kokuba efumene udumo olukhulu kukhuphiswano belubanjelwe kwisixeko iBeijing eChina apho abuye khona nendeba yesilivele kwicandelo lebiomedical science. Umgxaji ukwabuye efumbathe imali efikelela kuma-2,250 erandi, 4,250 rands, esandleni kunye ne-Youth Science and Technology Innovation Special Award. Umgxaji oneminyaka eli-16 efunda eCuriosity eSomerset West uthathe inxaxheba kwi-29th Beijing Youth Science Creation Competition kwaye bengomnye wesine samantombazana akhethiweyo ngurhulumente wedistrict yaseChina ukuyovelisa iiprojekthi zabo. Umgxaji uthe iprojekthi yakhe iqulethe okuninzi kwaye ingaphezulu kokuba iphumelele eBeijing. Uthe uyathemba ukuba izozisa utshintsho olubonakalayo ekuhlaleni ukakhulu ekubhalweni kwee-labels zokutya. Kukangako ebesinako namhlanje kwidesika yendaba zenzululwazi nobuchwephesha de kube ngulwesithathu ozayo kamnandi.
Oh man, so proud of the Rhodes University students.
They're doing a
To
lot.
be awarded internationally like that.
Yeah.
Spanega props. Thank you so much to Melikaya, of course, for that SciTech news, because science is fun, and of course I feel like people don't actually take news seriously. Like, it's just science, but it's not, because it makes the world go around. Right about now, though, we need to go back to, like Usia had said, South African Environmental Observation Network had invited Ekse team to sort of come and celebrate with them their annual 10-year reunion anniversary. And so they took the program and they were basically looking at it and they were like, how did this help us in the career paths that we chose? And they chose careers in marine, and so we're going to check out how that went down.
Okay, so my name is Juliette Hermes. I work for the SAEON Egagasini offshore node, SAEON being the South African Environmental Observation Network. The focus of our particular node is to look at the marine offshore environment. SAEON has other nodes which look at other biomes like the fynbos, the savanna, coastal grasslands and wetlands. But the focus here is really to look at the marine offshore. So we look at the biodiversity, we look at the physics of the ocean, which would include, say, sea surface temperature or the currents that surround the oceans, in the oceans around South Africa, and fisheries. And we also look at the social aspects of how the marine offshore influences coastal regions and the fishers and the local communities.
My name is Kogi Govender and I work for the South African Environmental Observation Network, SAEON, which is a business unit of the National Research Foundation. I work as a science engagement coordinator in the schools program. At SAEON, we focus on terrestrial ecology and marine science education programs. We work with high school learners from grade 9, 10, and 11. We take learners through a program where we coach and mentor them through exciting initiatives such as marine science camps, workshops, science competitions, and other programs.
Okay, igama lami Thomas Mthonsi. Ndiphangelela i-organization ebizwa ngoba yi-South African Environmental Observations Network, research facility NRF, National Research Foundation. Senza i-environmental observations ke apha. SAEON yona njengoba sithe yi-South African Environmental Observations Network nje ine-nodes okanye observation sites ezi-biome based. Apho khona kwenziwa different kwenziwa observations in different biomes. Eyethu mna where I'm based ndiphangelela i-node ebizwa ngoba Egagasini, place of waves, which means focus on marine offshore systems. My responsibility is science engagement. Science engagement science apha is totally based on ukusupporta abantwana besikolo ukusukela ku grade 9 ukuya ku grade 11 with science skills. Sisebenzisa le marine science context. Into enzima ke into obasazi kakhulu ngolwandle uyazi ukuthi nokuhamba phezulu kolwandle akululanga. Udinga ukuba sesikhepheni kuyibiza imali eninzi, and therefore we creatively developed a program that would support and involve abantwana besikolo bazi ngokuhlola ulwandle, bazi utshintsho olukhoyo olwandle uba lubangelwa yintoni.
So I'm Clarence Daniels. I'm from Hout Bay. I went to Hout Bay High School, and I started with SAEON in 2014. Yeah, as a grade 9 student. And then I went through all the camps and leadership programs where I've learned a lot about the ocean, because I never knew what I wanted to do. And then just going on these camps and raising this career awareness, I linked where I must go in life, and now I'm currently a first year student in CPUT studying marine science. And in 2016, when I was grade 10, I got the opportunity to go on the Egagasini too for 12 days. We went up the Egagasini all the way up to East London, and we did sampling at various stations. It was an excellent experience because I met a lot of students from different universities in South Africa.
Ndaqala le program ku-SAEON from 2010 kansenza grade 10 yeah. So ukuba engaged nami kuyo ngaqala like since high school. Kwafika like ubhuti lo Thomas wafika esiphethele wasenzele presentation about marine science as a whole. Back then babeyibiza oceanography yabo, but like I wasn't like exposed to kwinto zolwandle, and to be honest, if ever Thomas zangaze esikolweni sethu zange mhlawumbe ndayenza.
Thank you to SAEON for bringing this program, and baxelela abantu that they can too have a career in marine sciences. Do you wish to be one of those people? Ekse has all the information. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV. That's on Facebook. On what's this? Twitter. It's Ekse_live. So do tune in till the hour 5, because we're bringing you everything aviation, mobile, Wi-Fi, science. It's happening right here. The hashtag for today is hashtag Wi-Fi for all, hashtag free Wi-Fi for all. I'm still with Q the Black Rose as well as Qaqamba. Mbikwana. My name is Llama Moon, and thank you for joining us. You did yourself a huge favor for keeping it locked right here on channel 263. Did you cast that vote? Let us know. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook. That number to dial 021-448-0448. When we return, MJ usiphathele cell phone izindala usicela uba masizenze intoni na woza baba. And just like that, we're back from the ad break, and you have tuned into the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening show in town. We are the biggest youth show in South Africa. Nothing hectic, hey? Just chilled. Still joining us,
Sihleli noMarcelino Van Driel, babes. You are very shady, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah,
we're sitting down with Marcelino Van Driel, aka MJ, who's here to tell us more about the recycling work he does with cellular phones. And we were quite shocked just a second ago when these were brought out and people were pointing out what phone their grandfather had in which time. I don't know. I don't think I was born. How are you doing, MJ?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on
Thank you
your
for
show.
coming to the show. This is very interesting stuff. Firstly, what is happening here? What are we doing? What is the business that you do for
Okay.
people that don't know?
So the company that I've started is called Mewaste.
Okay.
And it recycles cell
Bit closer
phones.
to you? Yeah.
Yeah, so it recycles cell phones. I'm sure everyone has a broken phone at
Yeah.
home. And why are we not recycling it? In South Africa, we only recycle 11% of all our waste.
Okay.
So my company tagline, recycling opportunity, we created a system where if you recycle, we give you a reward.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone's got a broken phone at home.
Yeah.
Why don't we recycle? We don't know a location to recycle. Or an sentimental value, you'd like something in return. Even though it's an old, broken phone
Yeah.
from 20 years ago.
MJ,
Yeah.
okay, this might sound stupid, but I would really love to know the importance of recycling, because I mean, before I never knew anything about recycling. It was never highlighted in society that, you know, there's such a thing as electronic waste and electronic recycling. How important is this?
Okay, you know, we've had our water crisis in the city of Cape Town. One battery, think of your favorite cool drink,
Okay.
right? Think of a tin of that cool drink. One battery will contaminate 1.74 million cans of your favorite cool drink.
What
That's
do
how
you
much water.
Oh my goodness.
That's how much water it will contaminate. So every time you throw a battery in the bin, it ends up in landfill, it leaks, all those chemicals come out.
I think that's what we forget, that
Yeah.
actually they're explosive.
They're explosive and they contaminate. So my mission and vision is that we will reuse, recycle and reuse all these
But
components.
Marcelino, I can't imagine my phone going diddly, diddly, diddly in my bag, and I'm proudly taking this thing out of my bag. So, no, we use smartphones these days. Who is your target market, and how do you get business?
I actually do retail mall events where I've got a mobile museum to show the youngers the development of cell phones, get them
Alright.
thinking about coding, you know, producing scientific kits so that we can give that to schools in less affluent areas, especially young women. Get them seeing that there's opportunity in coding, there's opportunity in IoT, fourth industrial revolution. Yeah, so that's what I'm
And
doing.
that's where I was going to as well, because I was going to ask, what do you actually do with the recycled parts of this? So you make scientific kits
Yeah.
for like,
for schools,
schools.
and we make little jewelry
okay,
items which we then supply to unemployed people.
okay,
They use their creativity. You know, South Africans are very creative. Colors, pattern, design, and we give them opportunity to earn a living with dignity. You know.
lovely.
I want to just get to the challenges, both advantageous challenges and disadvantageous challenges in your business and in this field. What would those be?
Well, okay, disadvantages, there's a lot of business red tape because these are considered hazardous material,
Yeah.
like nuclear components.
Yes.
So you've got to, and health and safety, there's magnets, there's up to 70 different types of chemicals used in a phone. Advantages, this is cutting edge. It looks very old,
Yeah.
and it is, but this is your connection to the world. This is how you're going to get a job, get education, you know, communicate with people. This is the future.
This is the future, definitely.
Now, also, you just mentioned things like safety are part of the, I'm sorry for cutting you off. How important do you think it is for government to get involved in this sort of thing, and what can they do to contribute?
Government has been contributing,
Okay.
but they, you know, from a business perspective, we can do more. We need to create more opportunity. We need to create more employment opportunity, more learning opportunity. And yeah, for small business, it's quite tough.
Right?
Okay.
Do these cell phones work?
Most of them do work, but I haven't brought the batteries because the batteries are leaking.
Okay, so are there any other projects that we've embarked on as e-waste other than cell phones, and what are they?
Well, this is a project I've been researching for 2 years now. In fact, I've been invited to the United Nations University last year, September, to Berlin to see how this type of project can be used in other African countries.
Yeah. And how do you think you can grow this further?
We start with education. We need people to understand that e-waste, when they say electronic waste, it's actually a resource that we can reuse. Yeah.
On Q's question as well, what are the opportunities? Because this actually looks like a good job opportunity. You know, and I mean, South Africa, it's
high unemployment rate.
High unemployment rate.
Well,
so how possible is it to actually get a job and make, you know, something money-wise out of this?
Doing the actual recycling, it's a very integrated system because of our legacy gold mining. You know, since 1912, all these companies have been up. But what we do need to, what I'm focusing now on is actually franchising this opportunity. So I want to train people to work with me in different areas in their community and then franchise it out to different towns throughout South Africa. So
and if people want to actually do that, how do they get a hold of you? Because I think there could be some keen youngsters out there who are, you know, interested in technology. How can we get a hold of you?
Well, there's a website called mewaste.co.za. We're only launching on the 1st of June.
1st of June.
But you can go online now and drop me a mail. If you would like to volunteer as well, we're always looking for guys to upskill. You know, personality, you can't teach someone.
That's true.
You can teach them soft skills, customer service, those types of things. And I've got some great partners. False Bay College as well, Center for Entrepreneurship, the South African E-Waste Alliance, the City of Cape Town's coming on board.
Oh, wow.
So it's you know, you need partners to generate the opportunity.
The only thing I know about my cell phone is the charger and the battery and the SIM card, but you've got these on show.
Different parts.
What are these used for? What are their functions?
Okay, up here, this is a magnet in your speaker. This is the little motor that makes your phone vibrate. This is your LED that for your flash, especially if you're doing a selfie. You do selfies?
Yeah, we do that.
A lot.
How about the camera? That's the actual camera.
This is the actual. Okay, now I see. Wow, that's the Iris one.
Hi.
Something.
Take a selfie.
Let's move along.
Okay, so those are the components that I reuse instead of having them be landfilled. These are obviously used for the chemicals and the minerals that they contain. Plastics, we're still trying to work out the technology to recycle those particulate plastics.
Do you also collect cell phones from people who want to donate? Because I don't want this phone, it's uncool, it's 2019. Instead of dropping it in the bin.
Yeah, well, we've got a reward system that we're implementing. You recycle with us and we will reward you. I've got partners that will give you a reward on new covers, Bluetooth keyboards, wireless speakers, those types of things, yeah.
And of course, they find you on your website.
On our website, mewaste.co.za.
What a great initiative. We love, love, love. I think I'm taking this one home.
I think that was meant for, I think that was meant for you generally.
I love it,
They
I
wrote
love
that
it.
for Llama because
I actually want to see
it's
this
very
one.
dramatic.
Because definitely, wow.
Who was saying this was from their granddad?
Somebody here.
Someone in studio said
You know,
their
when you have
granddad
an
had this
argument,
phone. I don't know what year that
new
was.
phones, you have to press the button.
I don't know how it
Screen
works.
here, you get to
Yeah, but
I'm
getting
very
taught.
embarrassed.
It is
Well,
what it is.
there's a cool thing about this cell phone. When I'm having an argument,
yeah, instead of just pressing a button to end the call,
You can?
here you get to
toy
goodbye.
Anyways, we went to a Luhlaza where they specialize in maths and sciences. They also invited Joslovo High School, 20 professional aviation individuals were schooling them Aviation Expo, telling them how important and how they can get inside there to fly helicopters and aeroplanes and be engineers. Are you one of those people? Check this insert. You're going to love it. Wow. You know how we do what we do on a Wednesday. We bring you science at its best. Siseluhlaza High School, a school that specializes in mathematics as well as science. We invite Twengu, Dr. Fanelo, who's doing amazing things with her program. Ekubizwa ukuthi ngamaqhawe emfundo. Namhlanje sidibana nabantu be-aviation as well as another organization that are going to introduce the young learners to science, maths, and the aviation career. So come along and see what's happening inside. Great initiative. You're going to love this. This is Ekse. My name is Llama. Keep it locked right here on channel 263. Now, our residential scientist, Dr. Fanelwa, has done it again. Llama students since the experiments and stuff like that. Now she's taking her efforts to esikolweni. Namhlanje siseluhlaza High School. They specialize in maths and sciences. Namhlanje expo aviation, correct? How important are expos like this and then what's this happen esikolweni?
Umntana sekazi baleke kakhulu i-events ezinjena isikakhulu for expose abantwana. Because uyayikhumbula into abana abantwana bethu bahlale elokishini kubani ipilot apha singabi pilot sisizibonayo ngoqala kokwesibini ukubonisa abantwana into abana bangayifumana njani na i-funding to get into aviation. So umntana angayipilot njani, okwesibini angafumana njani na imali yoba makafunda be-pilot. Izikolo ke zibalekile ngoba abantu abazi-professionals abaku-aviation abazi-pilot nabesenza yonke le misebenzi xa besize kwizikolo ezinjena kubalekile into yobana mababone ukuba nantsi need, nantsi into efunekayo, abantwana nasi izinto abazinidayo, into eninzi noomisi mhlawumbi bangaqhutyiswa njani, bancediswe njani na ukuba kwenza umsebenzi wabo we-maths ne-science uthi ube bhetele.
Okay, now the deputy principal took some time to answer a little bit of questions about e-expo yanamhlanje. Deputy, I want to find out how important are science subjects for abantu abangamantombazana because abakhuthazwa kakhulu.
You know, science is one of those subjects that our kids or abantwana bethu bayayibaleka, right? Because according to the understanding that we all have in most cases that science is very difficult. It's not an easy subject. But I think science is also a very important subject. I see no reason why abantwana bethu should be running away from doing science. Because science in actual fact is having a lot of careers that abantwana bethu, especially abamnyama, have not been exposed to. So in order for them to be exposed to these different careers, they need science as one of the subjects, especially maths and science. They need those two as to cave way banika indlela to go forward, babene future brighter.
So many people came through, Bazo shed a light and motivate and give inspiration to the girls. He exposed Ezinjena as Balekeka Kanjani. What does it mean for Iluhlaza High School?
To encourage girls today, it is very important because all along the way in the past, abantu ababhinqileyo have been looked down, especially when it comes to the type of work that is being done in the world. In most of the cases, the world is very much male dominant, and especially with field of science and the expo yanamhlanje about aviation. It has proven that abantwana bangamantombazana, they've got the potential, they've got the ability, they've got the strength, they've got the motivation. One day they can become very, 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 very good scientists in the world.
John Howley, Director Qaqamba Aviation Development Conference, who put together all of this, from the pilots to motivational speakers and the little girls that you saw right now. Please tell us more about AVD.
Yeah, sure. So AVDev itself is a conference which sets out, its big aim is to provide a more interconnected Africa. So Africa is very disconnected from an air travel perspective. And what we're trying to do through the conference that takes place over the next couple of days is put together airports and airlines from all around Africa to discuss how to launch new routes, which then drives employment, it drives economic development, and it's the only event of its kind. So that's what AviaDev's about.
Wednesdays have never been this great, and it's even gonna get bigger and better and awesome after this commercial break. Don't you go nowhere. This is Ekse Live. My name is Llama. Yes, welcome back from that quick ad break. You're still watching channel 263 on your DSTV. This is Cape Town TV, and we go by the name of Ekse Live. Follow us on Twitter, it's Ekse_Live. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. We're still at the expo, Sithetha Aviation, and how you can become a pilot. These are the steps that you should be taking. I promised you, Manzo Mpatela Bandu Abakhulu, and here is one of them, Refilwe, who's one of the first, or the first?
Well, one of the first.
One of the first black females to have flown commercially. What an inspiration. Bazile ke apha eluhlaza to give motivation. However, Refilwe, you didn't stop at being a pilot. Nine girls program in Africa. Girls Fly
program in Africa.
Tell us more about that.
So the foundation is mainly to inspire girls to enter careers in science, technology, engineering and maths. But our main focus is aviation and aerospace. So aviation obviously up until a certain atmosphere, and then the space industry. So we want to be seeing astronauts coming out of South Africa, you know, making all these headlines. And the other reason as well, when we look at the statistics of women in aviation in South Africa, of all the licensed license holders, we've got about 5% that are black, and internationally, in terms of women, about 4.8% of women are flying as airline pilots. So obviously there is a need to, you know, for a foundation like ours to come and inspire them to take up careers in the aviation industry. But the space industry as well is not as developed in Africa, so that's an opportunity as well to inspire the next generation to venture into that, and perhaps they will, you know, expand it a little bit more.
It is Ekse_Live on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. That number to dial, 021-448-0448. You know the places that you cannot go. We go there on your behalf so that we bring Abantu Banjong okay to your TV screens so that they give the people what they want. And today, Sebetla High School, where they specialize in maths and sciences, and what they want is information, inspiration, motivation, and Kay gave that stellar talk. First and foremost, Kay, you said it was not an easy going to get where you are today, flying up in the sky. What made you keep on pushing the passion?
What made me keep on pushing the passion, as I said, was commitment. You know, you make a decision to become something, and then when the going gets tough, you take a step back, you know, you want to pull out because you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's tough, and you lose that belief in yourself. However, I'm thinking that with enough commitment and understanding why you started. Understanding why I started, I think, was also the thing that kept me going, because then I thought to myself, if I give up, then what about everything else that I had done? You know what I mean? So yeah, that was that.
Okay, for all of the information about the organizations that are here today, you can head on to our social media platforms, which is Ekse on Cape Town TV, and we'll forward them to you at your request. That number is 021-448-0448. Qaqamba, Wandile, who's doing grade 10, who has been part of this experience, Llama Expo Aviation. Anela, do you think that Expo motivated you to do better in your schoolwork?
I think it's motivated me because they taught us that our background doesn't matter, but we need to focus on our schoolwork and give to determine ourselves and be committed in our schoolwork.
What an awesome time that we had here at Luhlaza High School. The expo was a success. Abantwana bafundile, they're motivated, and they've got that spirit to go to, you know what, I can be whatever I want to be, because of everybody who took to stage and spoke to them and gave them that motivation, that black girl child. This is your future. You are the future. You are the future leader. So all of you future leaders, don't be shy. Go ahead and do what you're supposed to do, because nobody else can live your dream. So right now it's time for us to say goodbye. What an awesome expo. I think I'm motivated. I might just stop this presenting gig and become a pilot. Or maybe not, no.
I want to be a pilot. Black girl magic. Yes, that is so beautiful. But genuinely, I feel like that was such an experience. I'm jealous that I didn't get to go with.
Awesome.
And you got to hang out with Dr. Fanel.
And everybody else.
I'm amazed by the Black Pilots Viva to Black Pilots Viva.
Amandla.
Yes,
but we are back here.
You're still watching Ekse, everybody. Thank you so much for choosing us as your source of entertainment. This is where you get education and information like no other youth show can do it for you. At Ekse_live on Twitter. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV 021-448-0448. It's a Wednesday. We're talking sciences. And right here on Yellow Couches, do the honors. Tell us who this gentleman is.
Hashtag Namhlanje is Wi-Fi for all, inspired of course by Ubuntu Sithole, who is out here in the communities in rural areas and currently working busy with Kailicha, and he is setting up Wi-Fis for them so that as a community they can own it and they can use it and have access to Wi-Fi, which is what we want because we need resources.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
No, you can't just be fine. You must be Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm fine. And you guys? How are you guys?
Oh, great. Totally awesome. You look kind of familiar, Philip.
Well, I'm from Kailicha as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, besides you having a show soon, very soon, on our channel called...
The Fourth Industry. What is it called?
Man-Make Machine.
Man-Make Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd actually like to go more into the initiative that you are making and you are doing. Initiative.
Initiative, yes.
How did it come about? You know, what do you collect? You also collect e-waste, and then YKK is Wi-Fi zones, Ekailicha. How do you go about doing this whole free Wi-Fi?
Okay. So this whole thing started with a place called Zitulele and Mangosi in Eastern Cape, which is a rural area. Myself and my partner, we decided we were going to help the rural areas get internet at a cheaper rate. If you look at like other companies that are out there, they're selling like 1 gig data at like 100 Rand, 200 Rand.
That's true.
Yeah, we can sell uncapped in rural areas at 25 Rand, for instance.
Huh?
Uncapped.
So, yeah, that's because we're using something called the open spectrum, which is 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. That's something technical that you just have to look into. But it's called Wi-Fi, which is what everybody knows. And there are certain ways to exploit that and bring it to communities in such a way that it's cheaper, so that the whole community can pay at a cheaper rate, using economies of scale in a sense, if I may say. Yeah, so the show itself is there to actually create awareness. It's there to create awareness and to show people how do they create these kind of community networks, because myself and the company Man-Make Machine, Wakoma, who's the guys that are helping us, VPUU, and Ineti, all those guys can't do it alone. We are not the whole community. For instance, now we're working with VPU in Kailicha, but we can't do everything. We can only build so much of it, and then the community can decide where else they want to go to. Yeah. So the show is to show people how to build these community networks and what the Fourth Industrial Revolution and how would it influence their lives in the coming future, especially the Fourth
Industrial Revolution.
So the Fourth Industrial Revolution is something futurist forecasts to happen within the near future. By near future, I mean probably within 10 years to 20 years it will actually happen. But the Fourth Industrial Revolution is where people become integrated with technology to such a point that it would get to a point we call singularity. So where machine and man or woman would become one.
Like
so
I'm
you
at a
become
restaurant
cyborg.
and a robot serves me my food.
Exactly.
I'm at Pick and Pay when I'm...
The tricky part is that you can become a cyborg as well. So
I don't
what do you
know.
call that? Are you now a machine yourself?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Exactly, what does it mean? So that's the interesting part about it, but yeah.
One quick question, because if now there's going to be robots serving me, that takes away people's jobs, right? And that's what people are very scared of for this Fourth Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Now, take me through that, because I don't want no machine taking my job.
So our fear is valid.
No, it is valid. So there are certain methods that the government wants to put in place. I've heard quite recently that Cyril Ramaphosa has created a panel that will be looking at fourth industrial revolution directly, and especially to job loss. The best way to deal with it, and the way that I forecast it will be like dealt with, is a method where people get paid or gain revenue from losing their job to a machine. So whatever how much money the machine makes, you get a share of that money. Do you understand?
Wait, I want to understand the
so you get to do no, Che,
No,
you get to do what you want to do with your life.
Okay.
If you want to build a farm, or if you want to be around, like wash dishes at home, or do whatever you like to do,
So
you can
it
do it.
frees
But you'll
you.
still earn money from the machine that you lost. Your job. Yeah.
Okay. Before
Do you understand?
Galondo, you said you are a futurist, and
What
that's
is
how
that?
you know these things. What is a futurist?
A futurist is someone who looks at the present and then forecasts the future. So we are given methods to do that.
Chulamatam.
That's called claromancy, but that's just something that, I'd rather not go with it. But this is a better way of looking at what's happening right now and seeing the future according to what's happening right now.
Okay.
The phone was one of the things, like the cell phone was one of the things that some futurists actually saw.
And it happened.
Yeah. So the fourth industrial revolution is something that we also forecast. So by definition, a futurist is someone who can look at the present and forecast the future. And we're given methods when we learn. It's a post-grad course at Stellenbosch University and other smaller schools that do it as well. But we're given tools which are called the STEEP and use VUCA as well. So those are two types of things that you use to actually look at how whatever you're looking at could influence the future. So I don't know if I should go into STEEP and VUCA. It's up to you guys.
I think you can, but just tell us quickly, what tech trends do you maybe foresee? Because you just mentioned that, for example, the cell phone was sort of, people saw that coming, and then it's here now.
Also on that, what have you predicted
that came about?
That has come about?
Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Literally.
Literally. Data.
So the thing is, so I'm a technical person, so I've been doing like a lot of research looking into, well, this was back then, like around 2009, 2010.
Okay.
And that time Wi-Fi wasn't, I think it wasn't open spectrum yet. And it wasn't as big, but it was kind of there, and people were trying to block it so that it doesn't happen. The companies of the world that I don't want to mention were trying to block it so that it doesn't happen. And because now I saw that, I noticed that looking at this Wi-Fi thing that's happening and looking at other methods that are out there, I don't know if I can't go into detail with that, but I noticed that this Wi-Fi thing would happen and it would change people's lives in such a way that, because it's cheaper, in such a way that they would live much easier lives and be able to Google things from wherever they are. I'll put it that way.
Were you always fascinated by e-technology, and how did you fall deep in love with it?
Wow. What a question.
2 questions.
So yes, I've always been in love with technology. The first time I actually fell in love with technology was when Mark Shuttleworth sold his company for quite a lot of money. So I was like, wow, what did he do? What happened? Not really money, but what did he do? Then I asked the question, what did he do to make so much money? And then I realized he created something, VeriSign, a company that verifies websites. And that's how he made his money. I was like, wow.
I want to be there.
That doesn't sound very difficult, so I want to be that. And that's how I got in there.
You
But I
also
ended
studied
up-
chemical engineering.
Mechanical, yes. I studied mechanical, yeah.
Okay.
Mechanical engineering, and the reason for that is because mechanical engineering is very integrated in most of the fields, just as much as other fields as well. But if you become a software engineer, for instance, then you are pretty much very much integrated into software.
Yeah.
But for us, we look at thermodynamics, heat transfer, we look at a whole lot of
Whatever
other
that
modules,
is.
even programming itself, we look at, and machines, obviously, like robotics as well. So all of those are looked at in mechanical, and it gave me that that sense that, okay, I can look at a whole lot more, like, a lot more other avenues to go into instead of it's one thing, it's software engineering. No,
So you became director of 2 companies, Mewaste and Man-Made Machine. Please tell us just slightly about that.
Okay, so Man-Made Machine is an IoT device company, which is Internet of Things. We develop products for either the community. For instance, now we developed a product with Qaqamba that is a flow sensor, water flow sensor for Khayelitsha and Ndlovini, where they've got these communal taps that need to be monitored so that if one of the pipes burst, then the city of Cape Town can be told that one of the pipes has burst, or we can actually make an effort through VPUU to get it fixed before we waste too much water. So that's one of the products we look at. We're looking at electricity meters, we're looking at like smart meters and stuff like that through that company. And then you've got Bequest. So Bequest is a company that I use to like broaden my respects, put it that way. So there's a lot of products that I look at, but because I'm looking at a whole lot of them, I can't really work on all of them and say that I work on 10 different products.
Okay,
so
cool.
I look at them from that
tell you
point
what,
of view.
hold that thought. We'll be back with you shortly. Temba Labs invited a couple of learners, so let's see what this masterclass has done for them. More of Ubuhle when we return.
We, as Temba Labs, joined the ALICE collaboration, which is one of the big experiments on the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Switzerland. So we are obviously in ALICE. We belong to the muon group. So our activities center around the muon spectrometer of ALICE, which is one of 20 sub-detectors of the ALICE experiment. So the International Masterclass is an initiative organized by the particle physicists at CERN, obviously as part of the outreach that people do to basically attract young learners already at the level of high school. So they have all the different experiments at the LHC are involved in this initiative to basically carry out the physics message into the community of high school learners. And ALICE is no exception there. So we in South Africa, as being members of ALICE, we have started joining this initiative 6 years ago, holding these masterclasses once a year. This year, for the first time, we have it actually on 2 days. So this event is hosted on 2 days. The first one was on 20 March, and on average we have about 20 schools participating. We can host up to 40 learners from schools around the Cape Peninsula.
My name is Nicole Loebscher. I'm from Protea Heights Academy High School. Well, my experience with the program has been really interesting. I did not know much about quarks or physics for this, although I do physics at school. But I thought it was really interesting to find, because we're taught that, electrons and protons and neutrons are the smallest building blocks. So it's really interesting to see that you can actually go further and deeper than that.
I'm a PhD student. I have my PhD is between Italy and South Africa. I also spend a lot of time at CERN in Switzerland, and I work for the ALICE experiment. Well, in Italy we do we keep having courses also during classes, also doing the PhD. Here you are more focused on your project. So it's a little bit different, but my supervisor she's amazing, and also my supervisor in Italy is really followed by all of them. So yeah.
I am Zinhle Buthelezi. I'm a nuclear physicist by profession. I work at Temba Labs, and I'm a senior researcher at Temba Labs. with the Department of Subatomic Physics. So the International Masterclass really was designed by the International Organization, which is an outreach program of particle physics, and it started in Germany with CERN. The whole idea of it is to try to popularize particle physics and the interest of particle physics, in particular to introduce youngsters who are ready to start university to what a physicist does, yes, because it's not very easy for someone at school or at university to understand exactly what is a life of physicist like every day. So they don't think about it as a career choice. And so by choosing 15 to 19-year-olds who are still at school and impressionable, one can make a good impression of what a physicist does every day and what research and how the importance of research is in general, also not as a career, but what other applications you need in order to do physics.
So, I'm Sebetla Somhlanga. I'm a Zimbabwean. So I did all my studies in Zimbabwe up to an honors degree in physics. And then I came here in 2013 to start a master's. And then after master's, I was lucky that I got funding for my PhD, so I decided to continue immediately after master's into a PhD. So now I'm in my last year of PhD. Okay, I would say that firstly, in Zimbabwe there's no particle physics. Okay. And I believe that around the time I came, particle physics was also new to South Africa. But when I came, there was a student who was finishing masters. There were two students who were finishing masters, and one of them went on to PhD. So myself, what I had to go through was I had to take classes also with honors students, just to bring myself to speed with what I was supposed to be doing at masters. So.
Very beautiful thing. We learned about cellphones zindala, aviation, and now sihleli ne-futurists, no akajuli matambo. Two different things. It all has to do with technology, and you're still watching Ekse. Ufike kwi-segment yethu yokugqibela. Otherwise, you can catch it on YouTube. Tomorrow it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Otherwise, if you use television, wire, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
All right.
Wi-Fi.
When is your show starting, by the way?
So we're shooting this.
They're not going to hire you if you don't know how to use the microphone. Yeah.
Yes. So we start shooting this month. Okay. I think they're going to start rolling, I think around June or July, live. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who should be watching?
It should be the kid from the township who feels like, okay, I can't get a job at McDonald's, or I can't get a job wherever. What can I do for myself? Like, what can I make happen so that I can have some money in my pocket?
Yeah. And is this going to be more scientific or technology? What's the show about?
It's going to be more about information and discussion around the topic of Wi-Fi and the fourth industrial revolution, so that the people understand where to go and who to talk to if they ever fall into the trap of, okay, I want to do this, but how do I do it? Yeah.
Where do we get hold of you if we want to speak to you about?
Me personally, Facebook, Twitter, I'm Bundu Sitole. You can find me on there. And the company is called Man Make Machine, that you can find on all the platforms.
All right. And then you catch us here on Cape Town TV tomorrow. And if you want to be part of the audience, email us at ekse@capetowntv 021-448-0448. Tomorrow, we have a talk show. Make sure that you tune in, because we're going to be talking a lot of things. From our side, it's
goodbye. Au revoir. Nangomso. Zonke bonke. Goodbye.